to you both. Now, first you, Sister Tutti. How were you able to reflect the mind of Christ when you were a teenager?
Because I was flooded with Satan's spirit in school all day long. I thought I needed to refresh myself with Jehovah's Spirit in meetings. I prepared to comment, and good preparation was helpful to concentrate on the program.
Very good. Now, how did you make the truth your own?
Although I grew up in the truth, I sometimes questioned myself, such as why I can believe in God, why I can trust the Bible, how Jehovah's Witnesses is different from other religious groups. To examine these questions, I searched some books like Creation, Daniel's Prophecy, and all Scripture. I also studied the Watchtower carefully, searching the Scriptures in articles, so that I could understand the literature of Jehovah's Witnesses is not from human wisdom, but from the Bible.
Very good, very good. Now, what kind of test or temptation presented themselves in your life?
When I was 13 years old, my older sister was disfellowship. And after that, my mother told me not to go out with my sister anymore because she worried about the bad influence. But I couldn't agree, and I felt like Jehovah's organization destroyed my family.
Yeah, that's a difficult one. Now, how did you use sound thinking to get you through this difficult test?
My mother's example really helped me. Even though she lost contact with her daughter, her faith in God and His organization was really firm. It was clear that she loved Jehovah better than her own daughter. So I realized this is the question whether I really love Jehovah better than any other thing. And I also understood it was not Jehovah's fault because my sister decided by herself.
Thank you for telling us this. Yeah. Then we had you, Sister Nakaki. How were you able to reflect the mind of Christ when you were young?
I remember preparing for the meetings, for I find it more enjoyable when participating, and I also remember the joy of being in the ministry with friends.
When did you personally make the truth your own?
When I was 9 years old, my parents went cold in truth. No meetings, no service. And I remember the feeling of missing something in my life. So I made a decision to serve Jehovah even without my parents. And I decided to convince my big sister to join me.
Well, that's quite tough, huh? I also knew there was another temptation that you were facing.
To be a DJ was my greatest dream since I was little. So one time, I applied to this DJ hunting quest for the most famous radio station. And from among the 100 of applicants, they chose me. I was really, really happy. But then later on, I came to understand more of the job's nature, that you need to greet the listeners happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and so on.
Yeah, that doesn't work. So how did you use sound thinking to deal with this?
Well, Proverbs 27, verse 11 has helped me. It says there that if you really want to make Jehovah happy, then you need to make a wise decision. So even if I'm not yet baptized at the time, I know that it wasn't right. And I realize that even if your dream is within your reach, right there in front of you, you know? But if you compromise your faith in Jehovah, you still end up empty. So I decided to quit. And then 2 months later after that, I dedicated my life to Jehovah and applied for the auxiliary pioneering.
Much better choice. Very good. Now, before we conclude, what about your family?
Well, little by little, we convinced my parents to begin again. And now they're serving Jehovah zealously. And that makes me feel so